Hello, God's people. Welcome to today's edition of Insights with Ezekiel. I'm so excited because today we will be starting a new series, and this will be the last series for the year 2022. God has been so faithful to us. Glory to God. By God's grace, I've titled the series 7 Traits that Distinguish Jesus Christ and how they can distinguish us. We will be taking one trait per day. Are you ready? One of the traits that distinguished Jesus was the fact that Jesus walked in total submission to God's will. Before we begin to discuss this, let's head over to Hebrews chapter 12 verse 2. In Hebrews chapter 12 verse 2, the Bible declares, looking unto Jesus, who is the author and the finisher of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him, he endured the cross, despising the shame, and is now seated at the right hand of God. The key phrase there for today's video is that looking unto Jesus, the author and the finisher of our faith. This means that for us as believers, Jesus Christ is a perfect example. It therefore means that we have a responsibility to learn from Jesus. It means that we have a responsibility to emulate Jesus. It means that we have a responsibility to look unto Jesus. Ezekiel, what does it mean to walk in total submission to God's will? To walk in total submission to God's will involve that you are ready to obey God's will. It will involve that you are ready to be yielded to God's will and that you are ready to surrender to God's will. One of such instances where we see Jesus walk in total submission to God's will was when he was about to die in Matthew chapter 26. At that time, Jesus was about to go to the cross and he was about to carry the sins of the world single-handedly, and that was a burdensome process. He was about to be embarrassed. He was about to be disgraced. And Jesus was at Gethsemane and he began to pray. And Matthew 26 verse 39 shows us the content of the prayer. What was the content of the prayer? Jesus said, my Father, if it be thy will, let this cup pass over me. The cup represented the death and the suffering. But he quickly said, nevertheless, not my will, but your will be done. In other words, God, if it is left to my feelings the way I feel now, I don't feel like dying anymore, but beyond what I feel like doing now, let your will be done. Jesus totally submitted to God's will, and this was one of the traits that distinguished him. In a world filled with selfishness, in a world where people do not care about God's will, if you and I can decide and obtain grace to always walk in total submission to God's will, there is a guarantee that we will be distinguished. Have an amazing day. See you tomorrow. Thank you.